right now you're known mostly all around the world for playing the billionaire in the Jurassic World, and for Life of Pi, and for Lunchbox. But actually, and of course, all the awards you're getting all around the world, etc. But this is a 1988 Salaam Bombay film. One of the first films that you've done.
Right.
You've been doing this, but the recognition has come in maybe the last 10 years.
Right.
So as but your work, your dedication, your interest is the same. So in what way has people's behavior toward you changed in the last 5 years?
When I started, people used to consider me as a good actor, but I could see that I am not ruling their heart. I'm not creating a spell in their heart. They are not carrying memories. They know that he's a good actor. They used to have a respect for me. But I could feel that they never used to carry that experience of my stories or my characters home. That was the main difference when I started getting my kind of stories, when I had the confidence to put my own interpretation to the characters. And then there was a kind of, world I started creating, and that started impacting people's intellect and their emotion. That was the time I was waiting for.
Yeah. This is The Warrior, the film. So you talked about your turning point. In what way was this film for yourself a turning point?
I was doing television, a lot of television, and most of the television was verbal drama. There was no behavior in it. It was mostly informative drama where you have to tell the audience what's going in your head, what you are thinking, everything you have to verbalize.
Very literal.
Literal.
Yeah.
Like, a housewife can be in the kitchen, but still if she's hearing the television, she could follow what's going on. She doesn't need to look at it,
Okay.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a kind of limitation, and I used to struggle with it. Whenever I used to go for the shoot of these series, sometimes the producer used to get bugged. I used to hear saying them that, "Arey yaar, ye aa gaya, ye scene lamba kar dega." So they just wanted me to, blurt out lines, as fast as I could, so that, they can save money in the editing. They can save money otherwise as well, They didn't want any kind of behavior. Even if sometimes I used to think that, this guy shouldn't look like this. It should look somewhere, somebody else. They used to dissuade me, because everything costs money.
Right.
So I was getting frustrated, and at that time, this story came to me, and at that time I felt how things sometimes follow you, and they give you what you are looking for. I was looking for a story where I could behave in that story, where I don't need to rely on lines to communicate. And this story came to me, and I was reluctant to go because the casting director told me there's a guy from London, and he's looking for a actor who can play warrior. Now I know my physicality, and I said, no, I'm not going there because he must be looking for a bodybuilder kind of person, and I don't fit in. He said, no, please go and meet him. And the time I entered the room, I had some feeling. I met this director, Asif Kapadia, and then we started talking. And then we kept on talking. And I had a feeling that there's something waiting for me here.
Yeah.
And then the process started. And at that time, I was also indulging myself in production. So whatever money I earned, I have already invested in some pilots. And they were supposed to be approved. So I did the shooting of this film for 2.5 months. And then there was a kind of a spell of this story. This is the first time I experienced what a story can do to an actor, how it grows on you when you are continuously shooting a story, or when you are, continuously dealing with that character, how that character, that story create a spell on you. And it becomes a part of your experience. It becomes real for you.
The movies in the West versus movies that are made here is when you go work with Ang Lee to make Life of Pi, or is there a certain way of developing a character that's very different than when you work here, or is it just with a director? Like, there's one more thing of Maqbool, which is also another film. In the Indian cinema, that's one of the things that was really very powerful character that you played, or a powerful story. So is it that the particular director you get, or in the East versus West, are there different ways that we make films that make you an actor in a different way?
See, there are a few differences, and they are very, very important differences. Like, sometimes in our industry, we are the center of the story is the image of the star, and all the departments serve that image. All the characters around him serve that image. The films which I do in Hollywood, there the center is the story, the power of the story. You can take anybody, from Tom Hanks to everybody, all the big stars, they are serving the purpose of the story, not the image of the star. So that changes everything, because all the departments are working towards communicating that idea, that story, and people bringing their own reflection, their own experience of their life to enhance that story, not about serving a particular image or star's image. If you are not doing a conventional work, if you are not following conventional storytelling, you are made feel guilty about what you are bringing in a newness to the craft.
Right. Yeah.
You are in pressure. Yeah. You are always like a threat. What is this guy doing? Why we are not being able to, either you should come and serve our conventional storytelling, or you are an outsider. You are creating a kind of disturbance.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not just in acting, in about everything. I feel a lot of times here that you have to go somewhere outside and get the respect, and then you will get to do what you want to do here. Is that your experience?
No, I think it's the audience which really felt nice about a person from their country getting recognition there, but not the industry. Industry only react to the business. If you do a business, if your film do business in the local market, only then you are recognized. Yeah. So they only react to business. That's sometimes it's a limitation for anybody. It's not an encouragement.
So now we know you. Most of the people know you only through the characters that you play, which are most often very deep, very serious. So is there a lighter side to Irrfan Khan? I mean, is there a goofy side to Irrfan Khan? Or are you your characters?
I keep doing it, time to time, like Piku I did. Or,
right, yeah.
But I'm more drawn towards lighter side of life. It's just that I didn't have choice. That's why I kept on doing all these films. Yeah. But I don't enjoy intense.
but as a person, what are you? What's your idea of having fun?
I am drawn to humor. I'm drawn to lightness. Not the usual intense stuff. It bores me completely. I run away.
So if you weren't doing films, if you want to hang out with a bunch of friends and not discuss some storyline or something of that sort, what are the sort of things you like to do?
Anything, I like sports, physical sports. I love to play physical sports wherever. Sometimes, we used to play, I used to have cricket bat and kites in my, back of the car. Whenever I used to get chance, we used to just go down and play. Yeah. Earlier, I used to, I used to stop my car at the street and I used to play with on Sundays in town, people play cricket on roads. Yeah. So I love physical sports. I love adventure in forest. Forest is something, which just, it creates a spell on me. It's like, I forget the language when I go to forest. And it just put me into a deep silence. And it's a kind of high which I get. I think it's my childhood, because my father used to take me to forest in my childhood, and I'm deeply connected to forest. But not the way conventionally people go to forest, where you are sitting in a vehicle and you are looking at the animals as an outsider, oh, he's there, oh, there. I don't enjoy that. I only enjoy when I go in the forest, the way the animals are. You should be exactly in the same level where, you shouldn't be in a vehicle. You should, just walk around and see.
Yeah.
And that gives you an adventure, that when you encounter an animal and you are equal,
yeah,
that is kind of experience which can't be matched.
Yeah.
So and by chance, if you see the tiger at that time.
But that was going to be my question, that what do you do?
Yeah, I swear, that is an experience.
Has it happened to you?
Yes.
So what happened?
You will feel that, your knees are, they're made up of water. And that is an experience.
So, Irrfan, what's next for you? What's your next movie, or are you going to buy a sports team, or what's next for you?
I want to play first, I don't know how to own a sports team. I would love to play. We can play here right now,
What would you like to play? Soccer or what?
Yeah, yeah, we call football here. Yeah. From football to kabaddi to kho-kho to, cricket, anything, badminton to anything, which shakes your body.
Right. Maybe we should auction a game with Irrfan to raise some money for the next charity.
Yeah, I was saying, let's make a league of what do you call here, Lagori.
Yeah, okay.
I think they haven't really thought about it. It could be a very entertaining television game.
Yeah, I think we should produce that now,
Let's see.
So do you have, as parting words, what are you doing? What is the next movie? What is the next journey? Which country are you going off to?
I have just finished a film called Inferno, which is a third series in that Da Vinci Code series.
Right.
Written by Dan Brown.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I happened to work with a fantastic team. Tom Hanks was there, Felicity Jones was there, and Ron Howard directed it.
Okay.
Beautiful person.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I had a great experience doing that. And
one of the few actors turned directors who's been really...
I spoke to him about this, and he said, I was not as creative as an actor.
Yeah.
That's why, I stopped doing acting, because I could see that I'm not adding creatively to the craft. And, the kind of story he has told, it's excellent, outstanding.
Yeah.
And the kind of human being he is, it's a pleasure to be with these kind of people.
Yeah. So, and after that, are you taking rest for a bit, or are you off to the next film?
No, I'm still, see, the thing is, at one point of time, I started my career as an actor because I was looking for acknowledgement. First, I was looking for acknowledgement from my mother. When I didn't get it, I started looking, outside of my, surroundings. And that somehow manifested into, becoming an actor that, I thought actor, basically it was for acknowledgement. And then through, after drama school and, after many years, I came to know this is not acknowledgement. It is an experience, which you share with the audience, and that becomes your, wealth. That is the most important thing. When you do a story, you pour in your life, and you make that thing, that story, an experience for the audience, and that becomes an experience for the audience. And that sharing is something which is so precious. You cannot match that kind of thing. Okay. So that is something, very, very special to me as an actor.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't plan, I rely on how nature, nudges you, and you follow that, and, see what's going to happen.
Great. Thank you so much for your time,
Thank you.
Irrfan. Thank you very much.